Alright, here we go. Here we go. Here we go for another go. Let's get ourselves all straightened up here. Take a look at some things. Maybe splash a little paint around. Get some things done, perhaps. Maybe show off something new today, too. Yeah. Let me send out a few messages here and see what comes of that. Yeah. La 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 la. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Kachunga. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Fantasticals. How you doing, folks? What's going on? What have you been up to? What deviousness? Got my Void Admiral ships ready for action, almost. I was going to do painting, a little painting earlier today, but I didn't do any. So I might do some today. I do have a new faction for Deadzone came in today. I'm going to take a look at that. Blah, 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 blah. Got to talk right here. Let's get it straightened out. Also doing some printing in the background. Got a couple more models for my Deadzone faction that came in today. Yeah. How do you like that? Pretty cool. Let's see, where's my good friend Kyle? I haven't talked to Kyle in over a week. We didn't play on Wednesday. Rachel took a week off. She's taken a couple weeks off, maybe even 3 or 4. And that's okay. She can do that. I like this ship. Got some more details to put on. I just painted little white dots there. Some of the cannons or portals or whatever that is. Same thing over here. When in doubt, just put white on it. I'll probably add more to this. I like that little angled stripe there. It's only on the one side. But yeah, we're going to add a little color to these. Just put random spots of paint here and there where it needs to go. Make them stand out a little bit so they're not so gray. I'll do the same thing with the other fleet, which are all red. But yeah, I'll do the same thing with them. Just got to figure out the colors. I want to dive into my non-metallic metals paints because there's some unique colors in there meant to, you know, create metallic acrylic colors. Not that I want metallics, I just want some interesting colors that kind of come close to a metallic on these. To me, that looks a little futuristic and alien, perhaps. How you doing, Squirrel? My good friend Squirrel Hermitage. Hermitage is making his presence known. So yeah, I might do that. And today's the 1st of May, isn't it? Yeah. Got a new faction in here. I got the Forge Fathers. What does that say? Hold Warriors? Hold Warriors Starter. Yeah, I like these guys, actually. They're the Space Dwarves. And I'm printing a model up in resin by Mantic that's for this game. I don't know what he is, if he's a legendary special character or what, but I'm printing him up. And one-page rules. They have their line of space dwarves. I think they're called guild warriors or something. They fit perfectly with these, not just in scale, but the aesthetic. They're kind of dressed very similar. So I'm printing up one of those that I have. See if he matches up or if I have to rescale it later. So I'll know. So yeah, they're going to go along with these guys. So this will be my third faction. And all is well here, says the squirrel. That's good. How's Zadarak? The boy. How's the boy? Everything all good? The catacles? The cat swarm? The cloud? The clouder? But I'll take a look at these. I'll break them out of the box. Sauerkraut! And kielbasa. Yeah. So there you go. That's what I got going here. They're next on the painting desk once I get these ships done. In fact, I'll probably work on these while I'm doing the ships. So hopefully next time I get together with those guys, we can have a game of Void Admiral and perhaps or a game of Deadzone once again, because we're fans of Deadzone. Fans of Deadzone. Sure to be a family favorite all around. Where's my vape? Can relax a little bit here and see what's going on. Sauerkraut, kielbasa with mash. That's a good combo. Mashed potatoes. I usually have a baked potato. I got sauerkraut. I could probably eat the same thing right now. I got kielbasa. I always got kielbasa. I like the sausage. And Zadarak as well. Young Master Fenton as well. Master Fenton. Fantastic. The cats. How's little Spud there? What's his name? Not Spud. It's Pip. Pip. He just got back from the veterinary, didn't he? I think it was him. The approach of the enemy fleet. I like that dark look. I like dark things. Yeah, this is fun. Can't wait to play it. What do we got here? Slow start, 3 viewers. 5:42 p.m. here, the east coast of the United States of America. 73 degrees, mostly sunny. It's more like mostly cloudy this afternoon. Jeez, man. I did a little landscaping here and there. That was good. The clouder as well. Good. Very good. Let me see. Zadarak sent me that big book of recipes sitting on my table in there. Pot roast. 2 to 4 pound of beef chuck. 3 onions sliced. 1 cup of flour. Oh, that's what we missed. It's the celery. You got to get the celery in there. Celery stalks, 2 of them, sliced. Kosher salt and pepper. Kosher salt. 1 cup of mushrooms. I'm sure that's optional. 3 carrots. All right. So 3 whole carrots sliced, obviously. 1 cup of beef broth. Or get this, wine. And finally, 3 potatoes. I'd put more than that in there. Quartered. So let's read this a little bit. Coat the roast with a half cup of flour, salt, and pepper. Coat the roast with a half a cup of flour, salt, and pepper. So that's all the flour. Sear roast in a skillet on the stovetop. So sear it up. That's an optional thing to do. Searing it up. This is interesting. Place all vegetables in crock pot, except mushrooms. Add roast and spread mushrooms on the top of it. Pour in the liquid. Okay, and how much liquid we got here? We got that beef stock. Where is it? 1 cup. That's not much. But you pour that in over everything. Okay. And finally, cover and cook on low for 10 hours. Or high for 6 hours. I'd put it on low. I'd do the low. Or until tender. Boy, I'd put it on low and probably cook it for 20 hours. Melt in your mouth. You know what's good? You want another little secret I learned? I don't know if it would work in pot roast. I don't know. I've never tried it. But I have tried it with cooked ham. Right? Slow cooked ham in the oven. I poured root beer over the ham. And oh my gods. Maybe I could try that with some root beer. I don't know what it is about root beer, man. So yeah, there's the simplest recipe for pot roast there is. Not much to it. Beef stew. Let me read the chat here. Yep, it's 73 and sunny here too. It's beautiful, isn't it? Oh man, I just love this time of year so much. I could spend all my time outside. It's not too hot. It's not cold. It's great when it's not damp or wet or chill at all. And you could be in the sun and do things and not die, like in the summer. Just perfect. It's the way it should be, in my opinion. Hey, look at you, printing them out and gluing the pages together. What are you talking about? What, my crockpot recipes? That's the little crockpot. Is that my crockpot? Yeah, I guess that's it. Slow cooker. I haven't used it yet. I've had it a couple years now. I have not used the damn thing. I can't use it now, obviously, but I will shortly, though. Yeah, it's got a few recipes in it. Chili. Barbecued pulled pork. Now there's a classic slow cooker. Oh boy. Pork loin, trimmed of the fat. Yeah, that's something I think I'll do too. Oh, I love pulled pork, man. Oh. All right, let's get off of this topic. It's too early to be talking food. Anyway. Where is Adirach today? Is she coming in to visit? She usually does. Maybe what's that? Maybe she's at the store. Getting supplies for the squirrelage. Oh, what is this that fell at my foot? There you go, Coop. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. I'm going to show off my stuff that I got. And probably splash some paint on these ships, but I'm not in no big hurry. Something you guys want to talk about, let me know. Got any questions about anything and everything? Let me know. Keeps the conversation going. Till I get my head bolted on tight. I just came in the house not long ago. Kind of a random. Well, let's jump on and do streams. We'll see Squirrel there. Haven't talked to Squirrel in a day and a half. Let's do some role playing, roll some dice. That kind of thing. That's my jam. So let's pull out these Deadzone figures. I haven't even looked at them except briefly. Let us see what's in the box. This us. There we go. There's those familiar little bases. Chuck-chung. 11 bases. There's supposed to be 11 guys in here. So I was thinking there'd be 2 to 3 sprues, and there is 3. So there we go. Nice little box. Boy, you could roll dice in that baby. Huh. Looks like a little dice tray. Alright, so here's a sprue chock full of heads. Those shoulder pads? I think these are shoulder pads. Whole slew of them here. I might as well pop this open. Let's use this. Oh, I got another Zacto I just got. Where did I put it? Where did I put that damn thing? This is an interesting Exacto. A little bit different. Ooh, look at that. Just slide out of there. Nothing like a little slidage. What is that, a whip? What is this thing? Dwarves with whips? I don't know what that is. Got a hammer. Arms. And what is this? It looks like their torsos are in 2 pieces. Boy, these are a little bit more multi-parted. Alright, let's take a look at another one. They can't all be like that. Yeah, these are torsos. So a few of them. Looks like there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 torsos here. Heads, I don't know. Let's put this one to the side. Well, actually, let's see what else is in this baggie. Alright, these are the legs. Yeah, so here's the torsos, front and back to the torso. Plus the left and right arms are separate. And it looks like the shoulder pads are all separate. I guess these are the heads. They're helmeted. So these are massively multi-part here. And these are the torsos and some more weapons / arms. These guys look like the heavy weapons specialty guys. Alright, so that's probably what this is. I think there's enough here for 5 guys. With special weapons like grenade launchers and heavy machine gun probably. I don't see a flamer. That could be one. I don't know what weapon combos they got. Here's a big hammer. Space dwarves. Alright, so that's what we're looking at there. A lot of pieces to 5 of these guys anyway. Plastic parted models. Ah, it's the wave of the future, man. Had to give it a shot. And we got 2 smaller sprues in here. This should be the bulk of the guys. I don't know about that. These are the big daddies. These the same? No. Oh, let me see what I'm looking at here. So these guys right here. Get one of those. Oh, and then I got these guys here. What are they? Not the special guy. He's probably like a Hearth Lord or something. He'd be like the leader. And these guys here, they look like they're wearing some type of heavy armor going on. So that's these 2 sprues. Plus this guy. These are the bigger guys. So there's enough for 5, 6 guys here, I believe. And then the rest of the guys were the first sprues I showed with the different weapons. So the bulk of the guys, the normal warriors, the steel warriors as they're called, they're pretty multi-parted. So there's a lot to them. Huh. Alright. I guess we don't need these baggies. No need to keep these separate. I'd have to look up what those guns are. These look like the shoulders. Big fists. Hammers. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 torsos. Two more torsos. So there's the 5 plus the extra one for the leader. I'll have to see what those guys are. I don't have my rule book. My force lists. I guess I'll grab them just to check. Let me get my book. Plastic is nice with the bigger figures. Although Flames of War has also got plastic infantry, and that's 15 mil. Oh, they got a lot of characters here. Let me see, is it calling these guys anything? What are they called here in the box? Anything? No, what I can do is look in the back section here. How you doing, Ed King? How are you doing, my friend? Ed King, one of the founding members of Lynyrd Skynyrd. He's the guy that did all the fantastic guitar playing. Fender Strat, baby. He's since passed away. Alright, so what am I looking at here, man? These guys here, which are like leaders, that's what's in the box. He is known as a Forge Guard Huskarl. So, Huskarl. That's this guy right here. They can have Forge Hammer or Hailstorm Rifle. Do, 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 do. They function as leaders. And then these other guys are down here, the Forge Guard with Forge Hammer and Hailstorm Rifles. So yeah, they're basically in this heavy freaking armor. Yeah, they got armor rating 2. So that's good. And let's see, those other guys were Huskarls. These are all the leaders. I'm going to skip past that. Troops and special. Got the Steel Warriors. That's the normal guys I got. And then there's, let's see. I got all kinds of stuff. Forge Guard, is that what they were? Yeah, Forge Guard. A bunch of these guys here which have all kinds of weapon options. So I got 5 of them. Alright, so they're known as Forge Guard. They wear big exo armor. And the rest are just normal Steel Warriors. They don't have the big exo armor. Okay. Okay, got an idea what I'm looking at here. Ed King, I barely remember you, man. I remember you coming into the chats a long time ago. God, how long has it been? Oh no, wait a minute. You were on just the other day. I'm thinking of Ed. No, you were on just the other day. I got you. Eddie. I got you. You're a little bit late. What's going on? All the way from India. You're a little bit late. You missed our last one. That's what threw me off. That's okay, though. That's okay. Remember old Eddie here? Squirrel? All the way from India? Yeah, it threw me off there. Because I know another guy who was named Ed King, who used to come into the chats. Not Eddie, like yours, but Ed. That's what I thought of immediately. Alright, cool. Let me put these in here. I know what they're all about now, so I know what I'm working with. Can't wait. Gonna get the Forge Fathers stomping on the tabletop. They are next. I got a couple more of them. 3D printing. I'm gonna go check on them in a minute here. Sorry about that. I'm gonna go check on them in a minute here. They should be done shortly. Just want to see if they printed. I'm not going to mess with them because it is messy. I'll let them drip. Get some of that stuff off the... Get some of that resin back in the pan. Let it drip. I was waiting for you to come live. Come on live? Okay. Yeah, I remember you. It was just the other day. Long time no see, Eddie King. There you go. Let me get rid of the plastic here. How you been, my friend? Getting some good sleep? What was the difference in time? Wasn't it like 12 hours or something? All the way over there in India? Walter, stop. All right, let me take care of the katsa. Oh. You are high maintenance. High maintenance in your elder years, aren't you? Actually, you've always been high maintenance. Cats are high maintenance for sure. No matter the age. Oh, it's 3:35. Yeah, so what is that? 3 to 12, 30, 40, 15 hours? No. 9 hours. 9.5 hours. 9.5 hours. Well, I gotta adjust to that. 9.5 hours ahead. What are you doing up so late, man? What is it, the weekend? What is today? For me, it's Thursday. For you, it's Friday morning. What's the weather like over there? You sweating? It must be brutal. India is a hot place, folks. It is a hot, dry-ass place. Pardon the French. Taurus Day. Hi, Clyde. The Clydage has arrived. Just showing off my newest faction for Dead. I keep thinking Deadlands. Deadzone. Got me some Forge Fathers. Jake's actually interested in them, so that's cool. And just scrolling and thought of you, and you were live for sure. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I haven't done any more with my ships. Just a little bit. I got some more to do though. I got to add some color, some dimension to these ships. I don't want them to be just 2 colors or something. Got to have 3. A little bit of a minimage for me. So what's going on, Clyde? What's going on, Clydage? What have you been doing, my friend? What have you been up to? Getting into Void Admiral? Play a little Deadzone? Little Deadzone? It's around 35, 40 degrees Celsius, right? That's hot. Fahrenheit, that's pretty chill. Downright cold. So that's a sweater in the Celsius tabloids. Making tacos. The exciting word of tacos. The exciting world of tacos. Percy Block. After a long hiatus, there he is again. How you doing, Percy? The exciting world of tacos. Taco banditos. Good stuff, man. Good afternoon, gentlemen. What's this Void Admiral you speak of? Void Admiral? Void Admiral. You know all about it, Percy. Come on, I've talked many times about the Fantasticals game known as, you guessed it, Void Admiral. It's a fantastical game for sure. I love it. I haven't actually played it yet. But I do love it. I can look into the future. I can see my love affair for this game. It is quite clear. Yeah, Void Admiral. Looking forward to it. I think all you guys bought copies. What's holding you back, Percy? Get yourself some Void Admiral. Look it up on Amazon. Under $7. Under $7, brother. It's so cheap. It should be on your shelf. Right, Eddie King? Right, Eddie? Right? Void Admiral. Even Eddie's got a copy of Void Admiral on his bookshelf. All the way over there in India. You think it's hot where you are. Weather and politics, both hot here. Oh, yes. Let's not get into the politics, but yes, I know all about what's going on over there in India. I think we all do. Involving Kashmir and Pakistan and all that stuff. We won't get into that because we don't talk politics, but yeah. Weather, of course, always hot. Void Admiral sounds very high tea. Oh, there's Zadarok making her appearance. Da 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 da. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not the sound man today. Nah, not into Starfleet battles shtick. Really? How come? Bad experience, Percy? Little bad experience? What's going on, Percy? How could you not like spaceship battles? It's so old school. That's disgustingly hot for 3 a.m. Yeah, can you imagine 3 a.m. and it's that hot there? So it's not as hot there at the moment then. Still, it's pretty brutal. Not into naval, regardless, black or blue background. Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah, it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's a different kind of way to fight a battle. I get into it. I like it a lot, actually. Any kind of naval or space type games. I don't know why. But I do for some reason. I haven't played it enough. Currently it's 26 degrees. That's not bad. At 3:40 a.m. I'm going to make a Battle Sisters fleet too. Gonna have to use my imagination and creativity and some of the lore from 40k and one-page rules even, because I don't think they have an official fleet in either case, but they should have some representation with the ships, because they got them. They got their flying cathedrals. I know they do. They land on planets with these things. Instant cathedral, boom, right there on the planet. Can you imagine? Pretty crazy. I like it. Naval and space are very similar. Yeah, they are. Very much so. It's I mean, historically, naval warfare in particular, I have done so little of, but I have done it. I've fought Ancients battles. I've fought wooden ships era. I've fought ironclads. I've done some World War I. I did some Russo-Japanese. And when I say some, I've played at least one miniatures battle with each of those periods. And I love them all. I just have this thing for it. And it's just something, for whatever reason, I've never just sat down and dedicated myself to, I'm going to get into this and play on the reg. You know, it just hasn't happened. But I'm looking to change that. I mean, even Battlefleet Gothic I played like a couple times. Girly Man's Rowboat. All right, there you go. That's Percy Block. Look it up. An STL file. Girly Man's Rowboat. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look it up, Percy. Is it Girly Man's Rowboat? Is this going to be a surprise? STL. I'm going to go look at images. Oh, that's the guy that makes these things? 3D print of Girly Man's. Rowboat. Huh, geez, there's the ships I did. The Marathian Khanate. I have those. What else has he got here? Hold on a second. Let me put this in here. Because it doesn't see... Oh, wait a minute. There it is. Clink. Soulforge Studio. Soulforge Studio. The Forge World Club. Oh, they got some nice stuff. Soulforge Studio. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen their stuff, actually. I remember. I think they're in my links here. Cookie cutters. Yeah. Let me make... Yeah, they're not in my... thing for whatever reason, but I'll put them in there. I want to put them in. What do they make? Is it all just ships? It's all just ship stuff. Some mech stuff too, right? Right. I'm gonna put them in my folder for spaceships. Slink. There we go. Okay. Soulforge. Curly Man's Rowboat. Yeah, it's a cathedral, all right. I remember that ship. The actual GW one, I remember. GW had a huge ship there in metal. I don't remember what it was called, but it looks like this is based on it. Let me go check my prints real quick, fingers crossed. Let me look at the chat. Are you trolling Fritz? It could be. I don't think so, though. It made GW hot under the collar. Is that why you can't get it no more? Is Byron in there? Oh, there's Byron. Did I message you, Byron? I try to message you every time I go live. He's in the space battles. I'm just enabling the sickness. No, that's a legit ship. It's a... I don't know if it's the guy that made it or that's what they're calling it. But it's based on a GW Imperial ship. It's huge. But let me go check my 3D prints. They should be done. I got a couple things I want to just look at. I'm not going to toy around. Take me a minute. Be right back. Let me crankage the ambiance. Actually, let me put up my other thing here too. I haven't used that in a while. Where is it? Takes me forever to just find these things. It's right here. There. Took me all that time just to do that. I saw you online. Alright, give me a second. Okay, folks, I had to look. These 3D prints I'm working on right now are legitimately my first legit actual models. I mean, I did these ships and they're great, but these ones I'm doing now are my actual, humanoid models, dwarves in this case. So I'm quite eager to see how well they turned out. So far they look okay. I didn't take the plate off, so I didn't look at it, but they're hanging out upside down there for a while until I'm done. Is that video link description? There's the path to the free STL. Oh, it's a free STL. Do I have it open? I'll leave this open. I'll find it again. It's on My Mini Factory. Yeah, there it is. I got it. Well, let me see. View object. Oh, it's not there anymore. Yeah, they took that down. Yeah, they don't have it here no more. There is this one though. Let me see. This is the same model. Do you happen to have the STL for this still? How's it looking, Bob? Yeah, it doesn't look like it's available anymore. Gilliman's Glorious Robot by Andy. Let me try and view object. Nope, that's gone. Okay, there's another one here by somebody else. If I could find it, this one right here. Otherwise known as related print. Nope. So you can't get it. They probably got in trouble for that thing because it just looks, well, it's got emblems of the Ultramarines on it. I don't know if somebody added that or what, but boy, it's a beaut though. Anyway. If you like that grimdark stuff. Did they? Well, that's why you can't find it. Editing, I'm heading into work. Another late night session, Byron? Black Market STL. And how do you know this? How do you know all about this particular ship, Percy? Having absolutely no interest whatsoever in anything to do with space or water, oceans, and seas. What is this? How come you know all this stuff? Somewhere there's a connection. Percy's sitting poolside in his mansion, eating hot dogs and smoking cigars. Little Pinot and flip-flops all stretched out poolside. Yeah, 15-hour shift. Holy smokes, man. You putting in 15 hours starting tonight? Holy cow. Byron, I hope you're making good money, man. Those guys working on roads and stuff, they usually make pretty good money. especially those later shifts. I think. I would imagine. I've heard through the grapevine. But yeah. I feel bad for Byron. He's got to go in and do all this work. How's Rosemary? Is Rosemary okay? Everything all right? I saw she's gone into gone down memory lane recently. Over on Instagrams, posting some old videos, and yeah, she's pretty wild. I'm gonna need more ships. That's a beaut right there, Clyde. Nice ship there you got. That's a nice one. I like that. Nice design. That's the cool thing about space, collecting spaceship battle stuff. You get some pretty crazy, cool ship designs out there. I like it. He's an underground bootlegger. That's what I'm thinking. Something going on there. He's in the know. Subverting GW is a pastime pursuit of mine. Aha. Well, Percy's in the know about this anyway. Yeah, that is kind of funny. You know all this stuff. Following that ship and so on and so forth. I've never heard of that thing anything going on about that, but yeah, she's fine. We're in the last stretch of getting our things out of the house. Yeah, you're not getting on each other's nerves or anything, I hope. You haven't broken out into a fist fight or anything, right? Gotta watch those young gals. They could be feisty. I don't know if Rosemary's feisty. Oh, you know what she also included in the videos? She had one video in there where she was doing the fire dance thing. Very, very tame fire dance she was doing. I'm sure you saw that. And there's well, yeah, it was pretty good. I'm sure you saw him. You know what I'm talking about. Over on the Instagrams. Do do do. So Byron sent me a box set of Game Workshop. What are they called? I don't remember. They were it's a 4-man group of, they're like the cops of Necromunda, based around the Dread stuff. And I got one of their newest box sets. Well, years ago it was new for them. They're still in shrink wrap. He sent them along to me for my Stargrave stuff, or whatever I was playing sci-fi-ish. But I'm definitely going to use them for sure now. I'm trying to think, where would they fit? Probably the Enforcers, because they have shields. And these big old batons. They'd actually be good as Enforcers, I think. I'll have to see if I could fit them in there for that. They might be a little bit physically too big. Maybe. I don't know. They're GW. I don't know. I haven't cracked open the box. But I have plans. And I might pick up one of the boxes for Stargrave. I don't know which one. The North Star boxes. I think there's like, what, 6 different boxes or something? And they're okay models. There's a lot of multi-parts in those things. You can do a lot with them. And you get a lot of figures. So I might pick up one of those boxes for my upcoming 5 Parsecs and Stargrave games. Looking forward to both of them, especially Stargrave. Enforcers. Is that what they're called in Necromunda? I know they are in Firefight and Deadzone. It's funny if they had the same names. Let me look at the picture that Clyde sent here. Excuse me. Looking at some of the colors that you used on there. You got gray and green. That's a good combo. I like that. Gray and green. Then you got some yellows. I like this little orange and yellow stripe stuff you got going on there too. That's a nice thing, especially if, especially if you're doing something like a fighter bays, which some of these ships have. You can see them. You could see them on this one here. I wouldn't put numbers on it. I don't trust myself with numbers. I don't have decals that small. I probably do, actually. But I like that gray mixed in with the green. There's a very militaristic feel to it. Unlike a civilian ship or something. And the red. Yeah, the red is good. Some of these little white dots I'm putting on the ship, I will be painting different colors like yellow or red. I'm basically giving it a white undercoat. So I could put any color I want in there. Or leave it white. White is a good color as well. I'm just picking things out right now that I want different colors. Okay, I like that. I like the green. Wonder if that would be a good color to put on here. Alright, let me close that. I don't think I'll do it now though. I don't want to experiment live, because I'll get myself in trouble here. Let's start to make some good models. Get them while you can. I've got some of their elves. But yeah, they look really good models. Chris, you need to do Ura and Harvester's boxes from War Games Atlantic. Ura, I've heard of them. I think I've seen the models. Harvesters, I don't remember the Harvesters. Play Bug Splat with your nephew. Yeah? I love Board Games Atlantic. I'm going to get on their STL monthly thing. I think they're called Palatinates. Yeah, that sounds right. Sounds right to me. I will dig them out. Maybe I'll dig them out tonight. They're in my closet, in one of the boxes. I'll dig them out. Since I'm playing this game here, they'd be perfect. Again, I'm trying to build up a collection, not just for Deadzone and Firefight, but for my hard sci-fi gaming in general, like Stargrave and 5 Parsecs. So there's a lot of generic stuff I want to use. A little bit of the Stargrave miniatures. There's some STLs I'm going to get for this. I know OPR has a couple things that interest me that aren't too grimdark. These enforcers you sent, I'm sure I could use. They don't look too grimdark, really. They literally look like enforcers. There's an Aliens. War Games Atlantic has a lot of good stuff. For hard sci-fi, they got all kinds of good stuff. So anyway. Red goes fast. Yeah, it does. Harvesters are the Tyranids from War Games Atlantic. Is that what they are? The Harvesters. I've seen them then. I've seen them. Oorah box is perfect for your sickness or collection. What do you mean sickness? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Ay, caramba. No, I'm not going to mess with this. This one I could. I'll do some white on this one. Space Nam is also awesome. I'd go to their website now, but I was thinking about doing a little painting here. Let's go to War Games Atlantic. They're one of my favorites. One of my favorites. Let's go and see what it's all about. Of course, they've got the Barons War stuff coming out now. They are a fast-rising company for sure. Let me see here. Let's go look at classic... Well, the sci-fi range. That's the numbers. They got Core, they've got Death Fields, Iron Core, Pulp Adventure, Reptilian Overlords, and The Last War. Let's look at Iron Core. I haven't looked at that in a while. I don't even remember. Oh, yeah. That's pretty awesome. Iron Core. Look at these guys. We've got 3 box sets for their Iron Core range. They have... the Valkyr Heavy Weapons Troopers. They got some Panzerjäger and some Stormtroopers. Let's look at these 3. I mean, all these guys you could use for 5 parsecs and Stargrave. No problem. They could be security forces. They could be some planetary security or invader to the planet, because that can happen in 5 parsecs. And then all the different types of factions in Stargrave, from pirates to mercenaries or whatever. So these are all so highly useful. Alright, I've got 3 sets here. This one here looks more up my alley. Yeah, with females. Gotta have the females represented. I like it. Are these all females? Mix of dudes and females. It's so cool. I'll look at the chat in a minute. Yeah, these guys would be pretty slick. Panzerjäger. Let me look at the chat real quick. How you doing, James? Morning, James. British Rifleman and Zombs. They have a good zombie box set, too. Cyborgs are coming. That's good to know. How you doing, Bill? Lunch Connect 1525. Those Iron Core are the old. These are old ones? Mantic also has GCPS troopers. Yeah, they do. I'm going to get them too. FDM printer. Yeah, how's that going? Then I got this set here, which I also like. These guys would be good for like security forces and stuff. I like the color scheme too. They're going with the gray. So yeah, I'm going to be making room for these guys in the collection. But also, they also have the Death Fields line of stuff. It's kind of like a sports game type of thing. But they got all kinds of factions in here. Cannon fodder. There's the Oorah dudes. They got lots of ladies represented. And here's the Harvesters. I'm not keen on these Napoleonic sci-fi guys. I think it's ridiculous. They got halflings here, the sneak feet. Let's look at these Harvesters. I haven't really looked closely at them. So many people make space bugs. These are nice though. Actually, these are nice space bugs. Yeah, they are really nice. I don't like how they sit on the base with these little points. In fact, I hate that. Ah, that's cool. Look at all these guys. War Games Atlantic. So, of course, these are their box sets and stuff. They have a considerably robust lineup of STLs as well, I should add. What are these guys? These guys like Vikings. They're not dwarves. They kind of look like dwarves, but I don't think they are. I think they're more like Vikings. Well, that's pretty cool. Deadzone, Firefight, they are not Firefight. Yeah, Firefight. They have a faction called the Rebels, the Rebellion. And as you'd imagine, they're kind of a mix of different aliens. So they're a good faction if you want to get a lot of different alien heads and body parts from Mantic. And they work together as a faction, but they'd be useful for things like Stargrave. I think they have a starter faction for them. I've seen it. Or have I just seen the models? They must have a starter faction. Let me look at this real quick. Cannon fodder females. I like the ladies. They have to be represented in my armies. Yeah, these guys are cool. I really, really like them. Hard sci-fi dudes. Are these all women? Yeah, they're all women. The ladies. These are all ladies. They get a box of nothing but ladies. Mind you, they're realistic looking. They're not necessarily the nuns with guns. Hotties. Let me look at these guys real quick. For Death Fields. Yeah, they look pretty cool too. They'd work in Deadzone too. They got the PDAT, or they got the camo going on. That's not really PDAT. Yeah, so they have their Death Fields line as well. And they have their STL lines. Test printed a couple 28mm Dark Age Goths, and they're looking pretty good. With FDM, huh? You get your settings really optimized for that. I like the private military contractors. Yeah, they would work good for that. Wars of Hail Cedars, Sense of Friend, and Late Romans. Those remind me of the Zerg from StarCraft. Yeah, they do. Squats. I got a ton of Wargames Atlantic STL files since I'm on their tribe. Yeah. Space Fallschirmjäger. Yeah, they got a good setup over there with the STLs too. One-page rules. Wargames Atlantic. Mantic is okay. They don't have as big an offering right now, but I think they're getting more as they go. Who else? Those are the big three I'm thinking of. There's countless others. Just to find all these different folks that make stuff is the challenge. But those are the three big ones. You know, when you want something, you go on there for a month or two or three and then go to somebody else, because that money adds up. Typically, what, $10 a month for these guys? I think Wargames Atlantic has different tiers. Different price. They all have different tiers. Like one-page rules, it's like $10. You get like half price off the catalog. 50 plus models every frickin' month. Could easily get overwhelmed with STLs. The Cromarty Forge Goths could easily double as Rohan. Those are nice. Let me look at Wargames Atlantic's tiers again. We looked at this before. Where is it? I mean, these are just their box sets you can straight up buy. They're over on My Mini Factory, 50% off. 19 unique sets per month, fully compatible with plastic sets. That's nice. They have them for all their ranges. All right, let's go check it out over on My Mini Factory. Dun dun dun. Tick-a-doo-doo. Alright, so here's their... Are these the tiers? There's the welcome pack, so you get a bunch of free stuff just for joining one of the tiers. Here's the May 2025 monthly release. Let's look at the tiers. So they got a whole bunch of tiers that you can join. At the founding member, 50% off in-store prices, blah, blah, blah. That's $10 a month. This one's $12 a month for the Legionary tier, Centurion tier. And then they've got the Classic Fantasy tier for $8. It's where you're focusing in on particular lines that they do. So they got one focused on the Classic Fantasy line. Everything you're getting is all the fantasy stuff. Plus you get 50% off all previous releases. That's everything, not just fantasy. Then there's the Death Fields tier, like we just looked at. And then the Medieval Medley tier for $14. And combinations. So, I don't know. Depends on what I want to get a lot of. Buy a month's worth of goodness. Founders Discount Legendary tier function as an early bird option with limited amount of spaces. If you want all releases each month, please select Centurion tier. That's over here for $18. Seems pretty pricey. Legionary tier. This covers all 12 of the lines. I don't know. I'd probably go with something like Death Fields tier. It really wouldn't matter. And then next month I'll go with Classic Fantasy or something. Whatever I'm doing. Depends on what they give out each month. Each month will deliver three sci-fi file sets, full units, characters, free agent squads, vehicles, and more. If your only interest is in Death Fields, this is the tier for you. And you get 50% off all previous releases and the new Recruit Welcome Pack. So everything else you get half off. This just dictates what you get every month for free. So for $8 a month, you get all their monthly releases for Death Fields. Alright. So it's not bad. This is pretty good. And if you want to get everything and anything, that would be the Legionary tier or the Centurion tier, which is $18 a month. That's pretty expensive. I don't think I'd go for that. Legionary is $12, but you get everything, and every month you get a ton of stuff from all their lines. So that might be better. I don't know. So many options. The Reconquesta. That's one of the options on here, right? Was that at the bottom here? That's in the medieval one, I think. This one? Renaissance. It's got the chivalry range and the Renaissance ranges. I think that's the one that includes what you're saying. Yeah, but they got some really good stuff. They really do. Just look at some of these models. Look at this guy. Charles the Bold from the medieval line. Look at this guy. Look at that. He's $15 if you're not a member. So if you're a member of the, if you're in one of those tiers, you're going to get 15% off this. So what, $7.50? Oh, look at this horse with the fleur-de-lis on it. Just screams Bretonian. Yeah, these guys would make good Bretonians. Anyway. They got a lot of historical stuff too. World War I, World War II, Dark Ages, which I'm interested in. The Decline and Fall of Rome. I don't know, did they cover the Arthurian region and period in Britain? I know they got the Byzantine stuff. Orc Blade Maidens. Let me look at the chat. Oh, the Conquer Designs is also a manufactured tribes too. Oh, okay. Different from more games. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, you threw me off. Since I've been 3D printing, I'm slowly bowing out of 28mm. Only doing World War II and 28mm now. What scale are you doing then? Don't say 2mm. Please. Female Rus Warriors. Blood Oaths line. They got Zulus for death fields. There you go. World War I stuff. Decline and Fall. Hun Heavy Cav. Pirates. Lombards. Fantasy Pirates. Look at that troll. Harvester Egg Cluster. There's some Dwarf Rangers. Their classic fantasy range is really nice. Really nice. They're orcs and they're goblins and they're halflings. Right now I'm focused on the sci-fi stuff. Bunch of Yeti. Numidians. Mississippian Armored Infantry. What are they? What is that about? Mississippian culture refers to a group of indigenous societies that flourished throughout the southern and eastern portions of what is now the United States. Huh, wow. Known for their platform mounds, the Mississippians created urban centers and smaller villages that were loosely allied via trade. The Mississippians had no system of writing. So much of their way of life and warfare can only be extrapolated through artifacts. The set of figures based on such finds and associated research. I'm going to look into these people because I'm interested in this stuff. Wow, okay. Looks like they got wood bark armor and chest plates. That's pretty cool. Huh. There's Krampus. $15mm is where it's at. Okay, all right. At least you're not going too small. 15mm is good. I do 15mm too. Holy Kraut and Kielbasa. Ah. Is it all cooked and made up? You got it. You got pictures posted of that beautiful sauerkraut and sausages. Piano War Games is where it's at. Yeah, 28mm. Do they do more than just Napoleonics? Be a while before I do any more but Napoleonics. 15mm. Huzzah, that's right. Squirrel Hermitage. She's all about the 15mm. Those Mississippian needles would be good for Mythic America. Yeah, they would. I didn't know about them, did you? Did you, Byron? You're up on this stuff. My North American history is pretty limited. I mean, ancient history. Especially in the South. Part of the Blood Oaths line. What is it? RKX miniatures? Are they 3D prints? Because I'm really searching for 28mm World War II stuff, particularly infantry, to print. I see a lot of vehicles. I see a lot of infantry that look silly. I should probably ask Chris. Chris, he actually sold some really awesome World War II minis. 3D prints from some guy. Since he's not in the business anymore, he'd probably be willing to share and let me know where to go. Gotta write that down, actually. Megalomania. What do you like, gigantic armies? Is that the thing? Let me write this down. If they're 3D prints, that is. RKX. If they're not, then nah, I don't really care. But I'll write it down anyway. RKX miniatures. So if anybody that 3D prints knows of a source for World War II infantry and stuff, let me know. I haven't really searched heavily, but I have been unsuccessful. They are STL files. And you like them, huh? Well, maybe I should take a look right now. Now you know about the mound cultures, yeah, but not the Mississippians. I never heard them called that. So that's new to me. All right, let me see here. What is it now? It's RKX. RKX miniatures. Ooh, these are nice. These are nice. Let's see what they look like, shall we? Alright, first of all, let me look at the shop. File library. Okay. That's all I needed to know. Alright, well, there's nowhere else to scroll here. Let's go to the shop then. Here you can access files you have purchased. Please note that you will be unable to access any folders containing content not purchased. Oh, so you got to put stuff in here and literally search it. Connected. Hold on, folks. It might not reconnect. Come on. Oh, reconnected. I don't know if it knocked you guys off or not. How do I use this? Search? I'll look at the chat in a second. I don't think this works. I don't know how to do this. Help me. Let me go to the chat. Stabby sticks warfare. Takes big armies. Skirmishing with spears isn't gonna cut it. So how do you use this, Bill? How does it work? Click on the shop tab, then general shop. All right, let me look for a general shop. Shop. Just says file library. Let me click on shop. Okay, I clicked on shop. General shop. Ah, let's check these out. Oh my God. See, they got the US, they got Germany, Britain and the Commonwealth, and Soviet Union. So they definitely cover the Western Front. Mid through late war, it looks. Definitely late war. They got some vehicles, infantry guns, anti-tank guns, Werfer, lots of Fallschirmjäger, field divisions of the Luftwaffe, Hermann Göring guys. I don't like all these Fallschirmjäger. I don't want more Fallschirmjäger. Canadian engineers. Philippine scouts. Alright, hold on. I'm going to click on some of these in a minute. I get these vehicles too. Do they have an option to go with change the currency? Let's look at Germany. Kubelwagen. Alright, they definitely got the Luftwaffe stuff. Ooh, look at this Panther. Winter infantry. Sniper, Panzerschreck. German multi-part kit. Volksgrenadier squad. And yeah, that's the line up here. So let's look at the Volksgrenadier. For 1050. That's about 15 bucks. Should be. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pre-supported and supported. Pre-hollowed? No, that doesn't matter. Number of parts 7. So these aren't multi-parts. They're just pure figures. Well, that's pretty easy then. STL files are 20 miller. This is digital file 3D print supported by blah blah blah. All right. Pretty nice. Not bad. Realistic looking poses. I guess they're dressed for fall and winter. These are Volksgrenadier. Late war stuff. Bulge. Huh. I'm glad you showed me this, Bill. Thanks, man. I'm going to add this to my collections. Late World War II. I didn't know they made 28mm STL files for the Mississippi Mound culture. Yeah, neither did I. I just learned that then. Who doesn't love a good Fallschirmjäger? Yeah. Not a bad assortment. Not a bad, especially if you're into the field divisions, the Luftwaffe stuff. The Fallschirmjäger, of course. They do have some tanks, late war tanks, which would be useful to have. And I don't know, they do have some. They do have Volksgrenadier here, and they got this multi-part kit as well. Like, let's see what that's about. What could you get out of this? 29 separate parts. So I guess this is all the parts. So you're getting these 3 torsos. So it looks like wintertime once again. You get officer heads. You get a Panzerfaust. You get the assault rifles. You got the Gewehr. No Schmeisser. Got the little Luger going on. No Schmeisser. So this is definitely late war. So this is useful. But it's, again, it's the big overcoat stuff. There's the backs. So it's got a limited range. Alright? Got a limited range, but it's real nice stuff. Bill likes them. So, it's better than nothing. I don't have anything right now. I'll get in touch with Chris. He was printing up some beautiful miniatures in 28 and 15. Any other recommendations for World War II? 28 mil would be ideal. Let me know. Again, I haven't done a thorough search at the moment. I've looked around a little bit, but I haven't really found what I'm after. Kings of War starter. wonder if the Kings of War Champions is going to be worth getting into. I love starter boxes. All right? I love them. I collect them. If I collect anything, it's starter boxes. And I do have some Kings of War. But Mantic's newest thing now is their Champions lineup, which is a easy to learn and get into game based on Kings of War. It's a simple version of Kings of War. There's no point system to worry about. Your armies are fixed. It's like what GW was doing with their combat patrols. You just get the box, there's your force, and you play it. No messing around. Which is great if you're new. Like Jake. I'm thinking, oh, when it comes to fantasy, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll get him into Champions, Kings of War Champions. He could pick his faction box, and there it is, and learn all about his little army. No points to worry about, no tinkering around. This is it. Let's play some Kings of War Champions on this little small footprint setup, you know, and we'll just use that, and that'll be a good intro for him into this craziness of fantasy wargaming. And plus, the miniatures are the big reason to buy these sets, for sure. They're another way to buy conveniently these prepackaged assortments of models. You know, so I've been thinking about that. Maybe that's a good route to go too. I mean, granted, I have stuff now and I could 3D print, but it's nice to buy a starter now and then, like for Jake in particular, so he can have all the contents and the goodies. What rules are you thinking? For World War II? Chain of command and bolt action. For the 28mm stuff. Because I've never played those games. I've attempted to a couple times. I just never got around to it. I just painted to sell stuff. I love painting those World War II guys. So now I'm going to keep them and I'm going to do my thing. Yeah, Chain of Command version 2's coming. I like that game. I like Two Fat Lardies actually. But yeah, I want to do bolt action too. Why not? I like the dice mechanics they use for their games. If you can get champions cheap, sure, but I definitely think the full game is better value. Yeah, but for Jake, though. Already got the full game. I don't know. I'm not thinking fantasy right now. But the eyes are on these things. I don't know. Whatever you guys think. Oh, there's Chris now. I'm going to ask you a question, Chris, about World War II STL files. There you go. Demoing games for Warlord. Have you played the 3rd edition yet? I love those STLs for World War II 28mm. I have everything except U.S. Army. So my question for you, Chris, is what is your source? You know, I know you're not in the business anymore. You used to print this stuff for people. And you send along a bunch of, I can't think of the word, demonstration figures my way, which eventually went to Ian, by the way. I sent them to him. I kept the British paratroops, however, that you sent me. Those figures are outstanding. Who is the guy that sculpted those? Because that stuff was awesome stuff. The infantry in particular. Who is the guy that sculpts that stuff? Because I'd be interested in getting some of those STLs. Of course, I know Chris has all the STLs. He could always be nice to me. I'm serious. I'm serious. Who is the dude behind that? DM me or send it to me or put it in the chat here. And I will jot it down. The 15 mil? How about the 28 mil? Because I know you were doing 28 mil. 3D breed? 3D breed? Huh. I mean, they were really nice. I mean, those little smaller ones you sent me, they were 15 mil. You could probably bump them up to 28 mil. I mean, the detail was really good on them. Oh, they do 28s as well. No, maybe I'll look right now. Let's look up 3D breed. I'm glad you popped in, because I've been meaning to ask you that for the longest time. And I keep forgetting. 3D breed it is. 3D breed. STL. 3D breed. There they are. Okay. This is what she used to sell. I like 3D breed Western Cowboy. Oh, they got Western Cowboys too, huh? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. You got the Patreon thing going on. Ooh, they got Ancients. World War II. Oh, my God. 1775, join or die. Ah, they got tiny epic battles for you epic fiends. Ooh, Sky Shards. I got some mech. This guy's got a nice assortment of stuff. I like it. There's the Old West. Got some Napoleonics. Join or die, World War II. March to Hell, World War II. These are the different lines. Let's go check one of them out here. Our last 3D files for printing. Did I click the wrong one? What am I looking at here? Let's go to Deutschland. German Army pack, 22.50 euros. That's about $22. Should be. And look at German extra activities poses. German mortar teams, pack 36. German medics. Anti-tank teams. MG early riflemen. Support weapons. Mid to late riflemen. Let's look at this one. Mid to late war rifleman. So you're dealing directly with the company here. Can't make this picture bigger. At least I can. Not really. These are really nice poses. Got some Gewehr in there. I got the... I don't know what that is. These are 28 mil. NCOs. That's pretty good assortment. I like that. Let me go to the chat real quick. Yeah, that's another good source. Wargaming3D.com. They do 20 as well. I like the 3D Western Cowboy range. Wargaming 3D. Isn't that you, Chris? Isn't that you? Isn't that your thing? Wargaming3D.com? That's you. Epic Battles, March to Hell. Alright, so this is a pretty good Is the March to Hell line 15 mil? I really like these guys. They are freaking nice. 15 or 28 mil. So, yeah. New categories. They get Italians, Winter Great Britain, World War II terrain, Red Army, French Foreign Legion for World War II, the French Army for World War II, Germans, Italian, United States Marines, Japanese. Let's look at the IGA. Let's see what's going on there. I'm particularly keen on getting into the Pacific Theater. I like their March to Hell range. I think these are some of the guys you sent me. You got the Marines, Imperial Japanese Army. Let me look at these guys. World War II armies in 28 and 15 millimeter scales for 3D printing. These are nice. Let me see here. Do they come pre-supported? Digital print too much on the scale compatible to price case filing as 2000 print blah 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 blah. Yeah, are these pre-supported? When how much time get digital files make all the elements? Because if they, yeah, wait a minute. All infantry models have the option of printing with or without round shape bases, pre-supported. Vehicles, guns, and scenery are distributed without bases. Otherwise, I'd have to learn how to put the supports in. That's a whole new process I have yet to do. So yeah, thanks for posting this to me. I really appreciate it. Excellent. I'm very happy. La 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 la. Join or die is 28 mil, making the missus her toast. Nope, that's not you. What? It sounds familiar. I have never sold 3D minis. Alex did, not me. Well, I remember his site. You had me looking at it. I don't know how you guys did it, but yeah. All right. Sons of Yamato. Yes, pre-supported, so the options are there. That would save me a hell of a lot of time and headache, because I've never done it yet. There's some of the guys Alex sent. And they're really nice. Now, let me go to this other site you recommended. Wargaming3D.com. I thought that was you. Oh, I guess it's not. Wargaming3D.com. Thanks for that, Chris. I really appreciate it. Alright, let's take a look at this one. You guys know so much. Category, era, hardware, modality, scale, style, support, type. Kinda looks familiar. Wargaming 3D. What is this? Avernus Mission. What is this? Just a like a their own little mini market type of thing? Like era. Yeah, I think it is. Well, let's make use of it and see what it comes up. 1930 to 1945. Okay. That'll be our era. And let's look up let's get really picky here. Let's go to Japan. And let's go for pre-supported. I'm seeing a lot of ships. Oh, there's the vehicles. And let's look up alright, I guess we'll leave that alone. Alright, let's see what we got. So we got all kinds of tanks, vehicles, by Wargame 3D. So is this, let me go to the chat. 3 is another good source. Joined or dies, 28mm. Byron, offensive. Okay, hold on. I'll get to that link. I also went on the Kickstarter of The Last Charge, which is World War II SS Winter Cav. Yeah? Check out Offensive Miniatures. Alright, I'll click on that in a second. Go to the top, hit shop button. Multiple different artists. Okay. Okay, let me do this again. Let me go back to the starting page here. Shop. And so Esquisse Miniature? Wargame 3D. I see that. Avernus Miniatures. So yeah, this is a bunch of different folks doing these. Okay. Alright, so this is extremely useful. Alright, let me save that. Excellent. I guess I already saved it. I already saved it? Yeah, I actually have been here before. Let me put it in The best 3D. Okay, so I have that. Now, do. Let me check out this link here. Shop button, multiple different artists. Toonkrieg is what Curtis needs. What's Toonkrieg? I don't want to play cartoons. The SS Cav prints so nice. Yeah, so you highly recommend these folks, right? Toonkrieg. OffensiveMiniatures.com. Let me just search for that. OffensiveMiniatures.com. Right. OffensiveMiniatures.com. Is that what it was? That's interesting. Yeah. All right, let's check it out. Hold on a second. Okay, let's see what we got here. Toonkrieg is a thing, huh? Oh, don't make me look it up. You know I will. Damn it. I don't want cartoons. Bobbleheads or whatever the hell they are. I don't need that in my life right now. I'm trying to take my hobby a little serious. I'm not going to live forever, you know. I'm wasting my time playing cartoon World War II. I don't care how fun it is. Alright, let's get back to this. No more silliness. Let's stay in control. 28mm wargame figures that stand out on the tabletop, according to Byron. New Russian infantry miniatures. Okay. Little animation going on there. Spinneroni. My first offensive miniatures have blown me away. Ooh. Oh yeah, some of these look good. Do they sell STLs or just printed miniatures? What am I looking at here, Byron? I have a feeling these are just miniatures. Which is cool. I think that's what it is. La da 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 da. Painting guides. Let's just look at some of them. Still. £12. What is this, UK company? That's like $18. Pretty nice figures. More realistic looking. But they're not they're not prints though. You're buying straight up miniatures, I guess. Let me look at just one of them here. This one right here, 10 Russian Infantry Section 2. Let me look at this, see what it is. Very nice. I like that guy. He's nice too. 10 Russian infantry. I guess you get 10 for £18. So that's 30 bucks. 27 bucks. What are they made of? That's pretty expensive. Unless they're metal. Does Offensive do STL now? Just metal minis, I think, still. That explains why they're kind of expensive. They are nice, though. I want STLs, though. Stop tempting me with old school metal miniatures. Terrible. British Paras. They look like they would match up with the Perrys. Perrys don't have much World War II, but I think they kind of remind me of Perry miniatures. I don't know. So yeah, well that's some good choices for STLs anyway. That's gonna keep me thinking. Considering, because I want to do some printing for World War II for 15 and 28 mil. That would help me to do something besides just what I've always done, which is Western theater, late war. I'd like to do some Pacific theater. I'm not rich. I don't want to be buying all these starter sets for Flames of War or Warlord Games. So being able to print it will allow me to do things like that. So yeah, that really helps me out a lot. The limited searches that I've done, I find a lot of vehicles, but all the sites with infantry, the infantry, they kind of look very static. They don't look as good. Essentially the ones that I saw. These are tops. And I actually have some of those figures that your son sent me. And yeah, they're really good. Wonderful little models. Did I cut my finger or what? What's going on here? I think I got a sliver in my finger. Huh. So anyway, folks, that's what that's all about. I just got done printing a couple figures that I'm going to look at after the stream. In the meantime, we got this going on. Deadzone. Got my starter box of the Forge Fathers. Yeah. So this will be my next project. Going to be working on the Forge Fathers for a couple weeks. Getting these done. Once I get my ships done. Which I'm currently working on. Doop doop doo 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 doo. These are 3D printed. And they came out pretty nice. Got about 15 of them. So I'm going to work on those. I got 2 fleets. Just got to pick out the detail colors like this. And I got to do a lot more than that. Maybe add some third colors and stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm doing with that. Not going to do that today. But that's the plan. I just finished another bet of 6mm IDF tanks and APC for 73 Yom Kippur. Yeah? You like the small scale stuff, man. Your collections must be pretty massive nowadays. Since getting into printing. Pardon me here, folks. I think I got a sliver. Need to attend to. I will tell you one thing. Once you get into 3D printing, man, it's a game changer. So, Chris, what's your favorite modern or ultra-modern skirmish rules? I mean, we're talking about ultra-modern warfare. Or even modern, like current. Because I know that's your thing. You've done stuff like that. I think. It's not really my thing. I never got into that. But I keep seeing these really interesting sets of rules pop up. I was wondering what my good buddy Chris does, since that's kind of his thing. Easier to move. Where are you moving to? Oh, that's right, you're moving to freaking Thailand. Yeah, that is a big concern, isn't it? Boy, you're thinking ahead. Yeah. Damn, man. That is a thing. You're gonna move all that stuff to Thailand or leave it all behind? I mean, certainly your son isn't going. He's not going there with you, right? Maybe he is. Hell, come to think of it, pick me up. I'll go. Well, I'll go there. Live like kings, we will. Go live in Chris's mansion. I'll work the lily pads. Or did I say lily pads? The rice paddies. What am I thinking? I'll work the rice paddy fields, right? I'll carry the whip. Make sure everybody's doing what they need to be doing. Sitting in my big lounge chair. Oh, that doesn't sound right. Keeping order on the rice fields. Rule with an iron fist. Right, Chris? Making some good money. Told you I would know yourself when you started. Just make sure you make sure to air everything out and wipe up so you don't eat resin chips. Ugh. Give me the heebie-jeebies. Force on force, my own house rules. Force on force, but it's going back. Okay, force on force. It's still a game, still kicking around. People still play it. They used to be an old Osprey game. I can't move at all, so selling it off. Ooh. Yeah, I guess so. I like Cold War Gone Hot. Cold War Gone Hot. Is that a set of rules? I don't think I've ever heard it. Maybe I have. That's a good book, says Chris. My fantasy sci-fi is going to Alex. Yeah, so he's staying behind. Cuban Missile Crisis up to late 80s. Oh. Thailand is a short hop to Australia. Yeah, he's moving to Thailand. You'd definitely be able to visit. For sure. Hi, Ryan. And I'm about to end the chat. Here's Ryan. Just in time to close shop. It never seems to work for us. I'll linger a little bit. Do a little lingering, shall we? 3D breed site. Oh man, gotta bookmark that one. Right? Some good stuff. That and the other one that he showed me. I'm definitely gonna look into that. Because I want to get back into World War II again, but I don't know. I want to do things a little different. Yeah, as soon as Ryan pops in, god damn it. I say I've played with Euro Rack. Never. Yeah, there you go, James. You and Chris would be able to hang out. That's not far away. You can make a big deal of it. Get some serious gaming in. Yeah, so there you go. A game something farm. Game something. What did he put there? What did he put there? What is that? Let me go over and look. Game cock farm? Ooh. It's true though. You could do that. Have family in Kalgoorlie area. Not sure about spelling. I'm not sure about pronunciation either. Western Australia. Even better. Let's take a look at the map. Let's see what we're looking at here. Let's go to Google Maps. Google Maps. Google Maps. Is that what I want? We want to zoom way the heck out here. Alright, Google Maps. Let's see what we're looking at here. Alright, there's Thailand, there's Australia, which still shocks me that it's so far south. I always imagined it was further north than where it is. I'm telling you, you're floating away, man. You're floating away. Alright, so... Thailand is up here. Whoops. Wow. So there's Thailand. Right there. Right on the border with Malaysia down here. So where were you going? If you don't mind me asking. You could be very generic. Is there something I could look up just for funsies? This is a public stream, so if you don't want to, don't bother. Maybe Chris wants to remain in hiding. Probably best not to be too specific. Yeah, that's not bad. All this STL talk, says Percy, has me hot and bothered. I'm telling you. Gotta print something. Tonight. Okay, there you go. New Zealand is closer to me than Western Australia. How Hin. There it is. It's right here. Oh, you're right down there. Wow, okay. Elephant Village. Wow. Okay, there's your house. All right. It's focused right in on you. Maybe that's a little too much information there. Let's back out a little bit. Hey. Wow. Wow, look at that. So you're right there. Ka-chinga. So we got that pinned. If we come down here to Australia, well, that's still quite a distance. Where is Yams? Where are you, James? Is it over on the east or the west? Melbourne or Perth? Where are we looking? I know you've told me. Are you on the east? Probably, because that's closer to New Zealand. Yeah, I think he's over here. Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne. Yeah, so he's over here. I'm pretty sure. Can you get any further away from Thailand? Ripes. Yeah. Microwave a Wood Elf Army? Okay, that's creative. It's along the coast, I see that. In the meantime, bookmarking and crafting my STL wish list. Did you get a 3D printer, Ryan? I can't remember if you had one or not. Or you were probably thinking of getting one. Oh man, game changer, hobby changer. It's worth having. Look up Tuga Gabby. That's not legit, is it? Tung Abbey? Tung Abbey? Tungabi Hotel. That's right outside of Sydney. Okay, there it is. I pinned it. Alright, so there you go. That's where you guys are. You're that far apart. Where's the other pin for Thailand? It's up here. Up here where my mouse is. That's where he's at. So... God damn, that's a long haul. That is a long haul. That's further than North Dakota and Texas. It's about 3,000 miles plus. So that'll take a 12-hour plane ride, maybe less. All right, so there you go. A couple times a year you guys can hook up somewhere. Maybe somewhere in Indonesia. Or Papua New Guinea. Or travel the full distance and have a little show of it. You can visit the conventions and hook up together. That'd be great. 24-hour flight from Vancouver to Thailand. Yeah? Yeah, that's highly believable. That's about right, actually. Just a hop and a skip from Thailand. Yeah. Yeah, I just realized that. That's right. Yeah, you could bet he'd be visiting you. Where did he live anyway? He was where was he working? Was it in Perth or was he over in the Melbourne area? Do you remember? I don't remember. He'd talk about it all the time. Ah, you could make a trip to his the cemetery, visit his gravesite. He had a pretty spectacular send-off, you know. You could go visit him. Ah, Chris, that'll be freaking awesome, man. That gives you a reason to travel over there for sure. Yeah, that would be special. And you could document that, video it or something. A lot of people would like to see that. One night in Bangkok. Perth. Ah, okay, so he's over on the west. There you go. How do you like that? I just printed 50mm World War II mini from Peter Pig. You just printed it. Walkabout video, blog kind of deal. Papua New Guinea. That's another world, my friends. Yeah? Painted, not printed. Yeah, I was curious about that. I don't think you can get those in prints. Mad Max Land, Perth. Beckus was in Perth. I used my fly across Melbourne and Perth for a girlfriend. 6-hour flight from Sydney. Yeah, that would be pretty special, Chris. Think about doing that. Because it'll be like right there. And you can meet up with James. Australia has a good war game scene, that's for sure. Of course, so does Thailand, I think. Yeah, the Paul Beckus mini. You got that. Last place on Earth to get the wheel was New Guinea. Ouch. Ouch. I think of Ian every day. That's for sure. Because he was like family. He really was. I would try to go visit our friend in Yorkshire. 2027, pay my respects. Yeah, if you could find him. I would love to know. Because, Chris, there's nothing. We don't know anything. We have no idea what happened to our Yorkshire buddy. No idea. I mean, where is he at? Cemetery wise, was he ashes spread? You know, what happened? You know, he actually left my old Facebook account, Alan Fritz, my previous one, as the legacy holder for his account when he passes away. So if I could log into that old account, I could access that. And I'd be able to maintain his page, among other things. But for whatever reason, I lost access to that. I might be able to get it back. You know, Matt Schreiber also is going over to the UK. There's family he's got over there. I should mention that to him. If he hasn't already thought of it, he could go look up Ian's family. We've got the address. He's got a sister over there. So he's got family. So he's definitely findable. Yeah, I think his wife is still alive too. She outlived him. Of course, she has no clue. Boy, what a freaking shame. God damn it. Too young. 71 is freaking young. Anyway. Mountain skirmishes. Shotguns. I'm going to have to make some videos from my game room pretty soon. Or actually do some live streams from my game room. I've got it all compact and set up in there. Oh boy. Keep a little bit of Ian going. It's comforting. We'll always try and remember you guys, and hopefully vice versa. Knock on wood. Yeah, everybody's getting old. We're all at that age. All right, Chris. Thanks for the links. You take care of yourself. I hope to talk soon. Before you're off to Thailand. And you and James will be best buddies. There you go, James. You'll have a best buddy, a wargamer over there who'll come visit you. You'll be all set. I'm not kidding. Canadian. Get out of Canada. I spoke to Matt just yesterday. Onwards and upwards as always for him. Yep. He's getting deep. He's getting deep. He's getting deep. You better watch out. But anyway, folks. I'm going to call this because it's getting late. I don't want to be on too long. 2 hours and 41 minutes. I got some things to do before it gets too late. Anyway, I'll be working on my ships for the rest of the week. Putting on the final touches to them. No rush. And then I'm going to start working on my Forge Fathers, my next faction for Deadzone. I got to 2 of them I just printed and a box set I just bought. So I'll start putting them together. I'm going to finish them off in a week or so. So another faction for the tabletop. Awesomes. Missing Kyle. I keep talking to Kyle. He'll be in. We skipped Wednesday game session because Rachel needs a break for a couple weeks or so. He's busy working. Everybody at school is moving out, so he's got to take care of that now. So he's getting in deep once again with the work. And now for something completely different. The Larch. The Larch. Larch? Did they say the Larch or the Lark? I think they were saying Larch. Just dawned on me, that ain't the right way to say it, unless that's what they say over in the UK. Take care, Ryan. Glad you had a chance to do a little typing today. He's at Kings of War. Yeah, I saw that. Kings of War now. He's going all in. He's getting deep. He's doing what he always does. Yeah. Got to learn to pace himself. Larch? They did say Larch, didn't they? The Larch. Anyway, folks, enough of this knucklehead nonsense from Monty Python and the Flying Circus. Space dwarves. The Forge Fathers. Take care, Clyde. Okay, folks, I'm going to get off here. Take care, James. Hope everything's okay. Say hello to Ree for me. And with that, folks, we're going to call it. You guys have a wonderful evening, a fantastical evening. Zadarok included. I hope you guys had an awesome meal tonight. Sauerkraut and sausages, kielbasa and mash. Boy, I hope some pictures were shared or will be shared. Makes me so hungry. Anyway. Splattered by foot, yes. Dun, 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 dun. Folks, you guys hang in there, and you know why? It's only going to get better, and that's the truth. I'll talk to you all soon. Take care, folks.